Hello and welcome to round one with Black-White Eldrazi. We are on the draw here. I'm kind of interested to see what the openers with this deck look. Oh gosh, that is bad. Let's send that one back. Yeah, that one's fine. I just need a way to exile stuff. In theory, this hand can do things. That that's not a good plan. Merfolk. It's a very good hand to have against Merfolk. Hopefully, I draw a way to exile a creature, which I have not so far. Um, hmm. I'm not sure if that's correct. I like so I liked the idea of baiting a spreading seas on my swamp. Oh, wow, that's so cool! I get to kill it for free. Free is the best kind. So, really bizarre interaction. Uh, so this card doesn't actually on resolution is when you process. So you target, and then your opponent has to respond, and then if you would like to process at the end, you do. But even though my opponent has nothing to process in this spot, I still got to Shriek Maw. That was sweet. A plus would do that interaction again. Uh, I'm gonna lose my vault for no reason. Not the end of the world given the setup I'm going for here. That's fine. I'm gonna pact the Lord probably in combat next turn. Is the goal. That's interesting. So I can either Lingering Souls or I can Inquisition. Uh, Interesting. I think Inquisition is more powerful here, or more relevant in case I can hit the extra Lord. So, ooh, Harbinger or Vapor Snag. Vapor Snag kind of ruins my day too. I'm supposed to take the creature, right? No, that was a mistake. I should have taken the snag so that I guarantee get this through in combat next turn. Let's see if I can bait. That's fine. I've determined I'm not going to slaughter pack this turn. I'm willing to take a hit for 5. Um, and I liked trading half of a souls for the curse catcher. I'm also okay trading half of the souls for a vapor snag here. So if my opponent attacks with Lord, I just double block and it forces the snag. It's just like so the other reason I don't want to slaughter pact here, which is kind of like why my gut reason for this is that I really don't like the idea of have like I want a slaughter pact on a turn where the 3 mana afterwards is not going to impact me greatly. Yeah, this vault was a huge mistake. I think I would have gotten Spreading Seas at some point anyways. But it's po- it's possible I could have baited it on something else. Interesting. I think that plays pretty well for me. What's the best draw possible? Probably Relic. Yeah, my mana's not gonna line up well this game. What did my opponent draw then? Dismember or something? Or another master? Both are problems for me, but another master is more. Dismember's not really a huge issue. Sure. And I have enough to play for Spell Pierce on this pack too. That is excellent. I will pay later. That's kind of a weird spot to do that because I could have so many different removal spells. I think the correct block is just shove everything on the Mutavault because that keeps my opponent the furthest from the in-hand master. I can take this hit for one. Just getting this off the board is so good when my opponent's going for master. Well, lesson learned that this interaction would have been great here, but definitely screwed that up. Yeah, that's a card. Black. Always tapping your mono black sources with an Herb Organ play. Um, oh, I can Majuka Bog and get out of this pretty easily. I like attacking with everything here. I'm in like a pretty good spot to start closing. I feel like the odds, if my opponent had drawn another 2-mana Lord, they would have cast it. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll get to Strangler that next turn. Yeah, I have the thing I want to eye for anyways in my hand, so I'd rather just get the Bog and be enabled for any processors I draw. Though I'll wait till I see, like if I draw a Relic, I can change my plans. Ooh. Well, I'd rather save that, right? I don't think getting Eye is because I can still cast Sower off the lands I have. I don't think. Yeah, Bog has to be the best land I can find here. This deck's pretty sweet, especially in these nonsense creature mirrors. You can have. No, I want Mutavault in the exiled zone in case I draw a Thingus, Oblivion Sower. Let's put Harbinger back. Opponent still has a snag. 9. I like this. It makes snag into attack pretty bad. Like, I guess snagging to attack was always bad, because if you're snagging the Strangler, there's fuel for it. The math was such that I could attack with Spirit. I guess that was bad. This is just worse against a Harbinger. And a Lord. This is worse against everything. I guess it's not worse against Dismember. But if my opponent's casting... yeah, if my opponent's Dismembering, then I'm just... Oh no! I'm getting strangled? That's not cool. This is better against exactly this, actually. That's very fortunate on my part. This is the precise situation I needed to do this. Because I would like to make this trade if possible. I'm probably going to get Vapor Snag, so I can't. I know my opponent's last 2 cards are Vapor Snag Master. If you let me trade, I will. Yeah, bouncing down makes pretty little sense. Don't want to say 0, but it's close to 0. My opponent should be saving the snag so that they can prevent me from double blocking their Strangler with it. Sure. 7. That's a life total. Ghost Core. Kind of awkward because I'm now 2 off of Ulamog instead of more. Instead of less, I mean. Yep. Now I have to kill the Master. I have to double block the 3/2. I have to EOT kill the Master too. Because if I let it wait till upkeep, in theory, if I draw an Oblivion Sower, I can't cast it. I would really like to cast Oblivion Sower. My opponent has a Mutavault in the exiled zone. I have a Ulamog in my hand. Let's draw a thing. That is not a thing. I'm actually almost surely using that as a basic swamp. That's like half a thing at best. I'm just supposed to block here. What did my opponent draw? Oh, that's a goodie. So tap swamp. Well, that's a black source. That's a black source. Black source, and basically just a black source. That happens on cast. That's so good. Uh, well, um, that was less good. However, having a Mutavault in play is pretty insane. Oh, especially when I can Ghost Quarter away my own island. I respect that. This is some silly stuff going on. I feel like let's look back. Maybe no, the Vapor Snag didn't. Taking the creature was better. Required. I've used my spells. My opponent is confused as to what happened with this sower. But little known fact, it lets you choose any exiled lands. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. If this is another master, that's a huge. What costs 5? Oh. Okay. I I'm okay with that. That is a manageable opposing threat. That would make sense as to a card my opponent could have drawn. Gosh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One away. And we have a mutal. Gosh, and it's an Eldrazi. I can animate it, and then I can use Eldrazi Temple to animate it twice more instead of once. Trying to imagine a world where that matters. I'm sure there's some really stupid layer scenario someone can come up with. I'm not going to try, but someone can. Thinking of sideboard, I don't want any. I don't want rest. I don't want timely. I don't think I want timely. Don't want duress. I don't want surgical. I don't want disenchant. I actually just don't even sideboard in this matchup. I think. In theory, I might want cavern, but I don't. My thing about cavern is that I don't think Cavern is protecting any of the spells that I care about against Merfolk. I think that all of Merfolk's post-war counter magic is like negate, spell pierce, dispel. It's not actually cards that are going to counter my creatures. If they have mana leaks, they're going to have them in their main deck most of the time. Maybe like one in the board to like fudge some numbers, but it's not going to happen. Like the best I can disenchant. I don't think my opponent's going to chalice me. I don't think I need to disenchant Spreading Seas. The only card I could have in my sideboard that I'd bring in is Damnation if I had it, which would be reasonably good. But Oh well. I do like all my main deck cards though. I've got like 6 kill spells, a discard. The creatures are all good. Lingering Souls is fine. Yeah, let's see if I can bring up that tab just to talk this through before the game switches. I don't really like Expedition Map. That's like a card I would board down on in this matchup. It's just kind of clunky, even though it can find my vault, which is okay. Can't port. Yeah, I leave in all the spells. It's just like a matter of if I'd want a timely over a map or something. I still like having one map, but yeah, I'll try a timely over a map post board. Maybe I want Cavern over a Ghost Quarter. Though I guess I do like the fact that this can kill Mutavaults. That's like pretty huge to have a land that can interact with creatures, um, especially creatures that survive Wasteland Strangler hits. So also no, I like Ghost Quarter too because of this interaction that I discussed earlier, where I get to kill my own Spreading Seas lands and take my opponent off of Island Walk. Um, let's see, Ulamog's good. Are there any bad tutor targets? I need all those. Yeah, that's basically the only thing I would change. Card's very powerful, actually. Yeah, and I'd rather have Timely than Rest because if I can clear the Island Walk Lords, I can actually get somewhere with Timely. Uh, okay, but I don't want a ton of Timely. Card doesn't actually interact meaningfully. Just like the Merfolk deck, the games the Merfolk deck wins aren't like chip shotting with these bad creatures. It helps you not just randomly die to these stupid board states like this. Like that's what Timely does. But most of the time, you're going to lose to Merfolk. They're going to have like a Lord or two in play and be attacking you for significant amounts. I guess worth noting with the Ghost Quarter interaction that if you respond, you're not even down a card. Like you're trading your Ghost, like they get to play Stone Rain. That's what it happens. Like if you have Ghost Quarter in a land and they Spreading Seas it, that's not horrible. Think I'm supposed to attack. Yeah, I actually definitely am because I'm tapping. So this time I'm tapping the vault because I just my thought was that I would. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. How did I not see that like 8 turns ago? Oh my gosh. Never process an opposing lingering souls. Lesson of the day learned. It's been there forever and I just didn't think about it. Okay. Don't think my opponent gets the joke yet. Yeah, I'm just not even thinking what processing does. So yeah, I would in this spot, I get the untapped land, Mutavault activates, I get to block everything. I'd put the Mutavault here, chump here. I don't even know if I chump there. I think I just take there. I go to 3, which is fine, and then I have 5 lethal attackers, so I can kill through a snag. Okay, easy. So the sideboarding, as I determined, was I wanted a timely over a map. That was it. Like all the other cards. Good, great, on we go. I like this hand a lot. 2 interactive spells. I guess maybe I was supposed to board and disenchant for Vile, but I always have success beating Merfolk by. Ooh, that's gross. Um, my success beating Merfolk is always not by fighting their Aether Vials, but by fighting their creatures when they have Aether Vial in play. Um, just like you can run them if they have Aether Vial, you can run them out of cards. Is basically the gist of what I'm saying here. I led this way, so this line is the most likely to bait. So I don't want to. I want to trade Inquisition for an actual Magic card. I don't want to trade it for Curse Catcher, especially when my opponent's on 4 cards. And I wanted so I led on the swamp. I mean, like it's the out rather than the flats because I had the Urborg. Like even without the Urborg, I'm okay just leading on the swamp and playing the relic there without taking pain. Hell, sure, why not? Um, I like that, but once you have the Urborg, you're tempting your opponent to spreading seize your land, especially on a low card count, just so that they get somewhere, and then you can Urborg right through the seas. Well, if I was going to draw a Strangler, that game was going to be over real quick. Unfortunately, we did not get to do a lot besides destroy our opponent's permanents there.